Greetings, people of the internet. This is Scott with CircWorks, and today is Fan Art Friday. What am I doing today? I'm going back to, I got that big long list that Safira gave me a while back. And one of the characters on there was E.T. So I don't know if you can, I don't know whether you can see this. I figured I'd do E.T. just because he seems fairly, straightforward to do. I really wanted to get a video out this week, and I am getting ready to go to Las Vegas for a wedding. So I figured I'd just try to do something fairly simple. Next week I want to get back to doing, like, instead of just these little sketch cards, something like a full body shot or something, or so I don't know, but still, I wanted to get something out because other than I think around Christmas, I've been able to get these things out, every Friday. So I want to keep that up, even though this week is not not ideal, but we'll see. So, but ET's fairly simple, and I don't, when I was a kid, I used to draw E.T. a lot. Obviously, you've probably heard me mention before, but it's one of my favorite movies. It's, again, that whole idea of kids kind of being well, obviously E.T.'s the star, I guess, but it's one of those movies from the 80s where, the parents, although there's parents around, it's really the kids that are the star. And I don't know, I just always liked those kind of movies. So anyway, yeah, it's funny, my brother was probably a bigger E.T. fan than me. He's like about 5 years younger than me, but he had like all the toys and the dolls and everything, and at one point he had a E.T. birthday party, and it was cool because my mom and everything, she would kind of go all out for birthday parties and just really, as far as like the cakes and having them decorate. I don't remember what the E.T. cake was. I had some cool cakes. I had like I don't know, I had a bunch of superhero cakes and a Boba Fett cake, and that was before, all the, all these cake shows that are out right now that are just super elaborate. They weren't like that, but for me when I was a kid, I thought they were pretty cool. Like I'll get back to the E.T. party in a minute, but I can tend to kind of roll on these little tangents, but my mom had this little cake set, and it was like kind of the shape of a superhero, and it had like a Batman and Superman, and had a little plastic, I don't know what you would call it, a plastic, just like a Superman and Batman face that you would put on the cake, and then you decorate the rest of it and everything like that. But then she found these little, it was like a pail and bucket set kind of thing that you would bring to the beach and play with, and they had these little molds, and there was a Spider-Man and a Hulk, and they were kind of like the same size as these little Superman like cake decoration things. So she ended up making a Spider-Man cake for me and everything, and I don't know if she ever made the Hulk one, but that was kind of cool. But anyway, back to the E.T. party. Hold on. I don't know if I'm totally happy with the look on his face. Maybe when I add some color and stuff, he looks a little sad. Which parts of the movie he was sad, but because he couldn't get home. But anyway, so anyway, this excuse me, this party my brother had. You walked in the door, and there was this like trail of like Reese's Pieces that my mom made, and it would go, and it like actually went from like the entry when you walk in the house to up like the stairs and everything into his room. And my brother had this little he had this closet. I don't know if you there's a video that I filmed a long time ago with my with what was I gonna say, with the 100 Days of Making Comics, where I've got this little playroom that I made for my kids. I forget what episode it was, but those are all labeled if you want to check that out. But I made this little playroom in my house for the kids because there's a little attic space, but I turned it into a playroom. But my brother had this in his room. He had this door, and it was kind of a weird thing because when I was, when we first bought that house, I wanted that room because it had this little door inside the closet that led to this another little attic space, and I wanted that room, and I figured, hey, I'm the oldest, I should be able to get that room. But my parents kind of said that, well, when you get older, you're not gonna want him. If you have this room, he's gonna have to be allowed to go in there to go in the little playroom, and so he got the room. But anyway, you would follow this little trail to the closet, and you'd open it up, and then all his stuffed animals were in there. And like if you've seen that scene in E.T. with the stuffed animals, where E.T.'s kind of hiding amongst all the stuffed animals, you'll know what I was talking about. But so he had all his stuffed animals in there, and my parents, one of his birthday presents was like the E.T. doll, so it was kind of hidden in there. So that was kind of cool, I thought. Anyway, so that's about it for like the pencil thing. I think I can go ahead and start inking this guy. So we'll be back with some inks. Okay, we're back, and for you it was just a second, but I actually ran up and had my car tuned up and everything. I'm just trying to get all this stuff ready for this trip to Vegas. So I want to make sure everything was in order and all that kind of stuff. So still got a bunch of stuff to do, but like I said, I want to get something out here. So speaking of Vegas and kind of what I was talking about before, I had mentioned that little playroom I had, or well, it was my brother's and mine, but that we had as a kid, and it got me to thinking. One of the things we used to do is we used to make these little casinos in there. So we would have we'd have all our little like video games, and then we'd have little like carnival games that we'd make where you do like a beanbag toss or whatever, that kind of stuff. And we had these little plastic toy slot machines and things like that, and tokens and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things that's funny, what we used to do, we'd even make like a bar, like we'd set up this Foot Locker, and that was like the bar table, and then we would go into the like pantry and get like this vanilla extract and almond extract and peppermint and all that kind of stuff, and mix these drinks. And it was we just mixed this stuff with the water, and it was like horrible. But it was, we just tried to make it like this casino type thing. And sometimes we'd even, there was one time where we tried to make it like a Chuck E. Cheese, and they used to have these toys called robotics, and they're kind of like a building toy. You kind of snap them together, little like Legos, but they had these little motors. It came with like a set, like the big set or whatever, came with like these 4 little motors, and it had a keyboard. I don't know if I've told the story or not before, but it was just a little up and down button, like a little like had 4 keys on it, and each key had an up and down motion on it. And so you press the up button, the motor would turn one way, and press the down button or whatever, and the motor would turn the other way. So you can, you can build these, it was kind of a space theme type thing. It came with a little space action figure guy that you could put in this little cockpit and everything, but you can build, all these little cool contraptions and stuff. So we would take these robotics things, we'd build these armatures out of them, and and then we'd put like puppets over them. So we would do like a little, like a Chuck E. Cheese thing. We'd make a little band with the puppets, and they would move around. And I know we did other things, like I think we put like one on like a turntable, and it would like, the guy would like spin around, or like on like a oscillating fan or something like that. So, but yeah, those are fun memories. They have all kinds of prizes and stuff. I remember I used to get this, had this subscription to this Ranger Rick magazine, and it was like a wildlife magazine, and it had pictures of like animals and stuff. So I'd tear all the pictures out of it, and some of them were like fold outs and everything, and then those would be posters that would be prizes and stuff. And what else do we have? I don't know, we just had all kinds of crazy stuff. But yeah, that was kind of fun. So here we go on this guy. I'm gonna keep this one fairly simple. I was thinking, I don't know, I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with Kevin Cross, he's the guy that kind of started the 100 Days of Making Comics. But I was thinking I'd like to see him do like a E.T., because I really like, he's really got a cool ink style. It's got kind of this feather technique that he uses, especially when he does like fur or hair or whatever. But I think these wrinkles and stuff would look really cool in his style. Oh, can you see that? Okay. I was just thinking of that as I'm drawing this, because I'm thinking if I took some more time, I could make this so much better. But I don't have that much time. So yeah, in addition to that, so as I'm recording this, it's Thursday morning, and I'll probably upload this tomorrow, or or Friday, right before I leave to go up to drive up to Vegas. And but tonight, Thursday night, I have a father-daughter dance at my daughter's school. So, and it's got like it's a Hollywood theme. So I'm like, oh geez, what do I wear to a Hollywood theme? I don't really, but I've got that, like I said. So the reason why I'm going to Vegas is because my friend's getting married. So, and I'm in the wedding party and everything. So, so I had to get which I assume is a tux. I guess it's like a suit. Really, I don't know really the difference. I mean, I kind of know some of the difference, but I don't know what technically, other than like the bow tie and the cummerbund, what makes a tux or reverse, or or a suit or whatever. I don't know. I don't wear a lot. I don't wear suits that often, but so I went down. I got fitted, and hold on a second. There we go. Got fitted for this suit and everything, and then I figured, well, at that time the wedding was like months away, so I told him I'll just make payments on this thing and I'll come back. So I went back to make a payment, and they didn't have me on record or anything that I had tried on the tux or anything. And like, you got to be kidding me. So then I went through the process of, started trying the whole thing on all over again and all that stuff. And then halfway through, the guy's like, well, let me check and back. And then he managed to find it. And so the suit was already there, which I thought was it was already ready. And this was like at least a month and a half before the wedding. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of odd that they would have that ready already. And I'm asking him, I'm like, like, well, when can I pick this up? Because I need to, I've got I've got stuff going on today, and I didn't know how early I could pick it up because, usually if you're renting something, sometimes it's got to be the day before. And I'm like, well, the wedding's in Vegas. It's kind of odd, that I'm getting this suit or whatever, and then driving up to Vegas and everything, and then I got to come back and return it and all that kind of stuff, and then so I go in yesterday, pick it up, and it's like not ready. And they said, well, okay, sorry about that. Anytime my phone rings, it just, if I'm record, because I record these on my phone, it shuts off the video. So I just got a call from my girlfriend, wanted to know the arrangements for Vegas and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, what was I talking about? I was talking, so this suit. So I went, oh, where in my story was I? Because I've had so many issues with this suit. So if it was the first, let's see, if it was the first time I went in, they had lost my order. Did I talk about that? I don't know if I did. Sorry. Um, and so got resized and everything, and then they went in the back, and then they actually found the suit, which I thought was weird since the wedding's still like a month and a half away, that they would have like the suit ready for me to pick up. And anyway, so, and I figured when I ordered this suit, since the wedding was a good 3 months away, that I would just make payments on it and stuff. So I had like one payment to make, and I went down there yesterday after I called and asked if it was ready, and they're like, oh yeah, you can pick it up anytime. I go down there, and I guess they still had to like hem it, and they hadn't done that. They said, oh, we can't do that until you make your full payment. And I'm like, well, if I would have known that, I would have just paid over the phone instead of driving out here and then having to drive all the way back, So anyway, long story short, I go back home and then come back again, and to pick up the suit, and I try it on and everything fits great, all that kind of stuff. So, and then I'm like, well, so when do I have to return this? And the guy's like, oh, so now I'm starting to think that maybe trying to record this wasn't a good idea. I just got cut off with another phone call, this time from my dad, because he's gonna be watching my kids while I'm gone. But I should have taken care of all that stuff. But anyway, now this story, man, it's not even that interesting of a story. I don't know. I'll just basically wrap it up. So I go down. I'm about to. I'm asking when they did I? Yeah, I don't even know if I told this. This is just gonna be so insane. But what ended up happening was I actually bought a suit instead of renting a suit, and I didn't really realize it. So now I have a suit, which I don't know. I don't really wear suits that often, but I guess it's nice to have a nice custom fitted suit when I thought I was just renting one. But I was talking about my daughter's this father-daughter dance thing, and she's it's like a Hollywood theme. So I figured at the time, like I said, I thought it was like a tux. So I thought, well, maybe we'll just be like, I'll wear the tux, and it'd be like a Hollywood like gala type deal or something. I don't know. And then like my daughter, she's in dance classes, so we always got to get her these custom dance outfits, and some of them actually look like dresses. So I thought that she could wear one of those. But anyway, so yeah, got a suit. I thought it was spending quite a bit to rent a tux, when in fact I was buying a suit. So I felt a little better about that. Like, wow, these tuxes cost a lot of money to rent. The last time I think I rented a suit was a tux, probably was for my wedding. That was a long time ago. So, but anyway, so yeah, this dance should, I mean, it should be fun. Hopefully fun for her. She just goes and wants to see her friends and stuff like that, and I don't really dance or anything, so she just kind of leaves me there, and hopefully there'll be somebody to talk to. I don't know. But let's see. So hopefully there won't be any more interruptions. I can keep messing around with these little wrinkles in his face or whatever, or I can just go ahead and start coloring, which I'll probably do since I've already kind of up off to a little bit of a bad start. But let me. Luckily, I specifically picked ET because he's fairly easy to do. I didn't want to do anything too complicated, but I'm hoping next. I really, I haven't been doing that much drawings. I haven't really been posting like much on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. I've been so busy with all this other stuff. I guess I should sign my name here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll color this guy in. All right, so there he is inked, and let's color him up. All right, got my Copic markers out. Let's go ahead and just start adding some color to this guy. We'll start, this is kind of a fleshy tone here, and I'll start adding some more darker colors. I remember the, oh, you know what? I need to do something here so that this works. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to lock the camera down because I don't know. I'm getting a lot of shadow in there. I apologize for that. So as I mentioned before, my brother used to have like a lot of the ET toys and stuff, and I don't know. I was never really a fan of the toy line they had. It was, I forgot the name of the company. It was some other company, but it wasn't like one of the big ones like Kenner or something. And like the little action figure guy. Well, they didn't really have like action figures like I would have wanted, like the Star Wars size guys and stuff. And the toy guy was almost like a really like, because ET's kind of, he's more of a brownish color, but the toy was almost like this peach, like really pale looking thing, almost like when he was dying, when he was, it's like, I just don't know why they chose that particular color for the toy, but it kind of looked like this, but I'll be adding some more colors to it, so. But I always remember how I thought the toys were kind of lame. But since then I've seen like, that now they've got, it's weird because they've got like these reaction figure lines. I don't know if you've seen those where they'll try to make these toys in the style of like the old Star Wars stuff, but like toys that they never actually made, like Back to the Future, Escape from New York, and I keep wanting to get some of those, but I don't know. I kind of gave up on collecting toys. I've got some, like when the Star Wars like special editions and prequels came out and they re-released like the toy line, or right actually before then, I started buying some of them, and I'm like, I kind of realized everyone is buying these things, and it's like I was keeping some of them in the packages because I'm like, oh, these are going to be collector's items. They're not going to be collector's items because they sold so many of them and so many people have them. So I don't know. I kind of just, it's almost, for me, it's like I can look at them on the internet or the store, and kind of get the same satisfaction out of checking them out. So why do I need to actually own them? I mean, there's certain things I'd like to own, but mostly old stuff from when I was a kid, but that stuff tends to be a little more pricey, so I don't know. Toy collecting is expensive. So let's see. So yeah, if I didn't have all, I just yeah, like I said today, as I'm recording this, it's Thursday. I've just got all this stuff to do, so I'm hoping. The good thing is, I was actually I participated in one of the art chats that Jeff Lafferty does, and I've got this comic book project. It's like a it's not for like a major publisher. It's like an educational comic that I've got to get done, and I've I've got this game design project I'm also working on. So I've got all this stuff, and I'm just worried how am I gonna find the time to do all that? But I kind of made some decent progress on the comic actually, just doing that little Artcasters chat. So I'm feeling more confident about that. And then another project that I had kind of got put on hold, which is kind of good because it's going to give me some more time. So the big one's still in full force, the big project I'm working on, the game design. So so that's good. And so I might have a little more time. There's one project I'm waiting on that could creep up and kick me in the butt, but other than that, I think hopefully I'll be okay. And I'm gonna bring the comic stuff with me to Vegas because I might have some downtime and stuff that I can work on it, because it's all mostly right at this point. It's all traditional type stuff, so I don't really have a laptop or anything. Mostly everything I do is on my home computer, so a lot of the stuff I can't work on. And I'm also going there to have fun. I'm gonna try to not worry too much about work and just have a good time. But the good thing is I'm I'm not as stressed out as I was. So making a little bit of progress. And what else? What else was I going to say? I'm starting to get caught up on some other stuff. So anyway, I'm hoping I might even get caught up to the point where I can get back to doing my Young and the Dead comic, because I'm a little bummed about that. All right, here we go. Now we need to add some blue for the eyes. Let's see. Where's that? Yeah, he's got these big, bright blue eyes, which really have a pretty decent contrast to the brown skin color. Drop those in there. Let's just fill in some back here in blue. I keep worrying every time I use this blue color. I use it so much for this kind of stuff that I'm afraid it's gonna run out. That's the bad thing about working with these Copic markers, is they're so pricey that you don't want them to run out. All right. And where's my little my white pen that I keep being afraid that it's going to run out too? Excuse me. Oh, I've had allergies or something too, which is not fun. Why isn't that working? Doesn't want to cover that. All right, and then just put a little border around him to kind of pop him out a little bit. it's running out or not. I need to go. I probably should just go and buy a whole bunch of these or order some online or something. So when they eventually do go out. Because I will use them because I really love these pens. I wonder if they have other colors. Like, because, I mean, I could see adding little highlights and stuff using these. Well, let's see. I don't know if there's any other places I really need highlights. I don't want to get too crazy. But, so there we go. There's good old E.T. And that will conclude another Fan Art Friday. Thanks for watching. And yeah, like I said, next week I really want to do something a little, maybe just a black and white, but something a little more detailed other than just a portrait, these little sketch card portraits. These are fun to do because they're quick and they come together fast and everything. But I want to do something a little more elaborate. And I've been looking, I really want to do like an Iron Giant, so hopefully I'll do. Maybe that's what I'll do next week. But until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for following. Thanks for liking. Go ahead and leave, whatever comments. If you have suggestions on things you want me to draw, let me know. And yeah, I'm gonna get some little extra stuff done, and then I'm off to Vegas, baby. That is all.